Mic is working. That's good, that's good. Always good to come in with an energetic music when I'm not very dancey with the heels I have on. But I'm really glad to see all of you have managed to get to the end of the day. I'm very sad to keep you from all of those nice things that you have just wrote on the screen here. But you only have few sessions left, and then you can go to the beach. Code working, I cannot really help with. That probably will have its ups and downs no matter what you do. But let's talk a bit about AI. You haven't heard anything about AI probably the whole day, so let's take it a bit further and not talk about Copilot that much. But most of the other features that have hidden AI in them as it is. So let's talk about the hidden features of Dynamics 365 in Sales Insights. But what is it? Dynamics 365 has recently, no matter which application you're in, recently has seen a surge of Copilot and AI in everything you do. You might have noticed that you have different visualizations, that you have different search bars, that you have different other things in search and everything. So you have a Copilot here, you have Copilot there, Copilot everywhere. And then when you're done with the Copilot and what you have left, then you have agents. You have agents here and agents there, and more agents coming now that they are publishing different kinds of agents to Dynamics 365. So what is there actually left of Dynamics 365? Is it just Copilot? Is it just AI? Do I need actually any of that we have been working on? I have been working with Dynamics 365 for the past 10 plus years now, and the past 2 years when things have gotten more AI and automation, we have lost the feeling of Dynamics 365. We have gained the feeling of it's just part of model-driven apps, and what it is AI. You can just work it with Copilot. Use that and it works. But as I mentioned, you can find AI everywhere. The idea with Dynamics 365 going forward is the fact that you have people working wherever they are and getting all the information that they have. So you could have salespeople working primarily in their Outlook and/or Dynamics 365 sales, and you can have the AI working there as well. And you can have people working in teams mostly. Having AI and the AI infused tools helps you also to be able to have the information you have in your CRM pulled into Teams so the people don't have to do switching a lot. So the idea of going forward is also to have the people work where they do and be able to still be productive and maybe even more productive than they have been until now. But why is it that Dynamics 365 is getting so infused with AI? Kind of makes sense. Has anyone worked with any Microsoft products recently? So Dynamics 365, that was kind of a natural way of adding AI because, oh wait, you have AI in Paint. You have Copilot in Notes, for that matter. I don't know, there are so weird places and applications in my computer that I sometimes open and look and I see the Copilot icon. I'm like, why? What can I do with that here? I'd never thought that would end up here. But it makes sense that it also has come to Dynamics 365. The thing what we're also talking about is the customer experience platform. So a few years ago, Microsoft introduced customer experience platform. Any of you remember that announcement from them? Any of you remember the fact that nothing happened after that announcement? So customer experience platform in general was supposed to unite all sales, marketing, customer service, and everything into, you would get the 360-degree view of the customer. Which one of you are still looking for that 360-degree view of the customer? I know I am. Absolutely every of my customers is. There are so many products. But the idea is that why is everything happening there is because it's built on Dataverse. You can have the same database, and that is also what unites people to use the different products is it's all built on Dataverse. It has good connections to Azure. It also is all the information that you have on those platforms, you have the possibility of pulling them into or exporting them out from the system so you'll be able to work across the different platforms. And that is the way they will try to give you the 360-degree view of the customer. It's a very Microsofty slide here. But I love the fact that they are trying to show and visualize the marketing, sales, and service part, because even though they are 3 different applications, there are 3 different teams. Marketing and sales teams, in my opinion, is the hardest to actually unite. To get those people to talk to each other to create the unified sales process, sales marketing process, or lead to opportunity to sales process. I'm currently working on a project where that is exactly the problem. Marketing has one idea, sales has another idea. Sales has already customized Dynamics 365 sales. Marketing wants to add custom insights to it. Who gets to decide what we change? Custom insight, they're all using Dataverse. They're using the same tables. So who gets to modify these tables so that everything makes sense to each team? So now, more than ever, it is important that the different teams talk to each other. But how can we do that if we have very disconnected teams? So that is also what we're trying to do, is having Copilot, of course, and different AI tools try and unify the things and information that we have. But how is it in Dynamics 365 sales if we go further from that? And when I say we go further, I mean we go way back. Dynamics 365 sales has had sales insights as productivity tools for the sales department for multiple years by now. But already a few months ago, I was actually training people in Dynamics 365 sales. They had no clue what sales insights was. They've been paying for it for 3 years. No one has used it. And at the same time, they're looking for a customized solution how to optimize the way sellers work. Tools to automate different processes that they're doing, show visualization, show how insights and what the task list should be. They have wanted for developers to create custom tooling for that without knowing that in the background, for the past 3 years, they have had the tooling exactly to show and do what is there. Called Dynamics 365 Sales Insights. You have something, it's underneath the sales, I will also show you. You'll have an area called Sales Insights where you have to configure it. And there you have, of course, very native to Microsoft, you have standard and premium functionalities. So the standard, you get the standard things. You get the cards. With premium, you get cards extra. So you have the possibility of customizing and making them as they are. You have email engagement, which is a huge plus, not just the Outlook integration that you have. You have auto capture, which is AI, which has now recently come and is added to the sales insights. The fact that you have the possibility of capturing the information from mails, from everywhere. You can analyze notes. There are so many notes in CRM, it's killing me. No one knows what's in them unless you go and look for them. So having the possibility of taking the insights from there and using it going forward is a huge plus. Predictive lead and opportunity scoring. Who doesn't want to see how well an opportunity or a lead is doing? Everyone is asking for it. And then you have, of course, conversational intelligence. Those are key features. Within Sales Insights, you have that little rocket ship called Sales Accelerator, which appears once you have configured it in the Sales Insights. I love that tool. And I'll also show you what it does before. But it is basically a tool insights. I love the word insights because it seems to get in the way of every other word. But it is a feature in Dynamics 365 that helps you bring it all together. It is in your navigation bar. You just click on it, and it will show you all. It will create you a different form. It will also show you have a Sales Insights form for leads, contacts, and opportunities that you then have the possibility of seeing all the features that you have here within it. But why should you care? Because I do? That's a great question. But it is important because you are paying for it. Use what you're actually paying for instead of having developers create something that you already have a functionality in the system. You have the possibility of data-driven customer engagement. We were talking about the 360-degree view. It's important that you can show and base the information on something. It will show you suggestions, it will show you activities and things that you already all have in the system, but never have had the possibility and to be able to manage to use them. You'll get notifications. View everyone who has been working on it. When the presence feature in model-driven apps was introduced to Dynamics, that was a huge breakthrough for people to know which of their colleagues were working at the same time in the same account. This takes it a step further. It helps you actually use the information that you have on the account, and you make it actually useful for you, both as a salesperson, but also a sales manager, and going further up on the hierarchy. Automate sales processes. This is a feature that has been there for many years. I love the feature because, well, I also do custom insights, so the designer is actually familiar to me. But it helps sellers to actually have a process, or a designated process, how to work with a customer, and it's automated. You can set the steps. It will send your emails, it will notify you, it will tell you what needs to be done without you having to go into the CRM system all the time and figuring out where your different opportunities, leads, accounts are. Great feature. It takes a bit of training, it takes people to actually know this exists, and then you have a team that is way more productive, that you can go further from there. Adding a bit of AI, and you have the possibility for your team to be able to see how people are doing. You'll be able to do forecasting, you'll be able to do insights of how people are doing in terms of the KPIs you have figured out yourself, so you set them in the system, and you have the possibility of actually following along how much and how well people are doing in those insights that are working together. You have different dashboards you can look into Sales Insight of how the different customers are working, how is it that you have the relationship with them, how are the calls doing, how everything's going, are they really mad at every call, or are you actually positive and winning things? And then you have the possibility of seeing who the top performers are and how things are working. So we're back at sales, this time hopefully with a server connection. Underneath here, you have the Sales Insights. You have the Sales Insights settings. This is where you set it up. So that is your first step if you're trying to look into Sales Insights. One tiny thing to note here is the fact that you need at least an enterprise license. Sales Professional will not work. At least enterprise or above, that is where you'll get the functionality in different grades. So if you go to Sales Insights settings, you have the different areas pointed out to you. You have the workspace, sequences, work assignment. It is very much plug and play. You click on an area, you fill out the settings. They're all forms to fill out, steps to go through. And then you have done the widgets, and then you're set to go. And this is what you will see once you have set it up. In the little accelerator rocket ship, you have the My Work list. You will be able to see how things are. As you can see, here, there are little icons there in different colors that shows you the grade of the opportunity or lead or how it's doing. So you have the possibility of filtering it, so it will show you the green ones on top, or it will show you the red ones on top. By that, you will already, in here, in this list, have an indication of how your opportunities and leads are doing. At the same time, when opening the form itself, as you can see here, you have the option of seeing more information about the lead score, what it entailed, what it was with, and what it actually brought it to it. You have the information of seeing how the relationship is going, how much activity has been there, should you nurture it, is it going good, is it going bad, so on and so forth. But a really cool feature, I think, is to be able to look at the call summaries that you have had with the customer. So you have a conversation intelligence, which is also part of it, helps you actually see how the calls with your customers have been doing. What is the sentiment of the call? How have the salespersons reacted? How has the customer reacted? Has there been any keywords, like competitors mentioned, or anything else that has been mentioned that you might want to take action upon? You have the possibility of seeing that for each and every phone call that your salespeople do within the system. You'll be able to see and replay it. You'll be able to see, it's a bit unfortunate site because it keeps cutting off the bottom. But what it means is that it shows you the person who is a user in the system and the customer who the call has been taken with. It shows you the gray, which means it's neutral. So what the system figured out that this part of the phone call was neutral. Here it actually got positive. Someone was really happy. Here in the start, it started negative, so which means that there was probably something that happened or someone disagreed with something, and then it went on neutral and positive until the end. That helps you also train your salespeople. If you're doing a lot of phone calls, to actually analyze how things are going and how things work together. In the transcript area, you're able to see the keywords that you have predefined. They're highlighted. So you'll be able to see how many specific keywords have been pointed out in the call. So for example, if you have a KPI on a specific keyword or a specific product you want to sell, you can see from the phone calls how many times the salespeople actually focus on that. Helps for the managers to follow up, the salespeople not that much who don't do that. This you have for both leads, contacts, and opportunities. As I mentioned, it has a form on its own. It's called Sales Insights. You have that for all of them. And here you'll be able to see the summary, which you just saw, the relationship analytics of how it's going. This hasn't been nurtured for a while, so this doesn't have much information here. But it will be able to tell you all the other related information as well. So you can make this as your main form if you want to. Or you can use that as a background for just for the statistics and the information to be able to follow up on. That was a very quick introduction to Sales Insights and Sales Accelerator. If we go back to the slide deck. Perfect. That was a very quick, abrupt change to Q&A. But I don't think there is much more to talk about besides saying thank you for listening. And I think Sales Insights is something that please do look into. If you have at least enterprise license, please look into that little Sales Insights tab. It is hidden. I would like to have less and less people to actually come and tell me that they have never seen it, although it has been in the system for the past 3.5 to 4 years. Thank you very much.